Ready.
Okay, that's it. Now it's Cypher's turn. Hey, that looks familiar. Looks like Brian uploaded the first part of our campaign today. Hi, it's me again.
Hi.
About our deal.
Yeah, what about it? Do you want to back down?
Okay, I did it. Your slogan is on the screen outside your windows. Looks pretty good, actually.
Wow, super.
Well, that was much more difficult than I had imagined, let me tell you that. And now I have a pretty bad conscience on top of that. I hope you're going to keep your part of the deal now.
Hey man, of course.
Okay, thanks again. See ya.
See you later.
I should talk to him about it. Hi, it's me again.
Hi.
About the picture.
Yeah?
So what about the photo? I kept my part of the deal. Your slogan is online now, right outside as promised.
Oh, yeah. Then show it to me. Okay. This picture shows a parabolic dish.
Oh, really? Well, I figured that out by myself.
Yeah, but here's the point. The parabolic dish clearly belongs to the facility of SETI in Arecibo.
I thought you were going to analyze the picture.
That's what I'm doing, man.
You're just looking at it.
Of course. I know where that is.
Damn bastard.
What do you want? I can give you your information.
But all right. I have to calm down first. So, you say it's the SETI?
Yeah. Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. The eavesdropping program they use to search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
I've heard about it.
They have a huge facility in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. That's where your man's at. Those boys down there are our colleagues, so to speak. The only difference is that they don't find anything. Blind as bats. But tell me, what do you have to do with that?
I'm not interested in the SETI. It's about the man in the photo. I'm trying to retrace his last steps, that's all. Or, who knows? We'll see. There is something else. Okay, thanks again. See ya.
See you later.
The SETI? I'll have to talk to Deborah about that. Good morning. Mrs. Oswald?
Mr. Wright.
I just wanted to check with you. You still haven't heard from your husband?
No. I'm worried sick. Have you found anything out?
Your husband Graham was at the SETI, Mrs. Oswald. That photo was taken in front of the big dish of the SETI Institute in Arecibo.
SETI Institute? What's that?
A research institute which is basically involved in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
How did you find that out?
I talked to a couple of experts. There's no doubt.
Arecibo. Where is that?
In Puerto Rico. I still have some questions for you.
Just ask.
It's about Tommy. Is he in school?
Yes, I thought that would be better for him.
All day long?
Yes, I have spoken to his teachers and his electronic tutor. They all agreed to help me. There's no point for him sitting around at home worrying about his dad, and especially when he sees his mother crying as well. That'll only make him more depressed.
You probably made the right decision. When your husband is back, the boy will quickly recover from this nightmare.
Yes, hopefully.
How is Tommy?
I'm really worried. He sat on the sofa for hours, just looking at the wall. First he cried. We cried together. That was still somehow a relief. Do you understand?
Yeah. Sure.
Yes, but then he stopped and became so quiet and serious. That really worried me. As if he'd lost his childhood for an instant.
That's terrible. He will get his childhood back. Does Tommy have a close relationship with your husband?
They both love each other. They're a team, you know. It's a real father-son friendship. Sometimes I'm really jealous. But I'm sure you know what I mean. When a father and a son are close to each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is one of the biggest gifts in life. My son. He's a magnificent little guy. Small, but magnificent. No one is allowed to take that from someone else. No one.
I'm sure you're a fantastic father.
How can you tell?
You speak in such an affectionate manner about your son. You love him. That shows in every word you say.
We all love our children. I'm already looking forward to the moment Tommy can hug his dad again.
And Mr. Wright and his son will be there.
Yeah. Sure, There is something else. It's about your husband. What did he possibly want at the SETI? I mean, was he somehow interested in aliens and space program or something like that?
My husband is a journalist, Mr. Wright. He's interested in a whole lot of things. His editorial office works on a lot of technology topics, and Graham has always been a fan of all things dealing with high tech. He can sit in front of GlobalNet for hours and research about technology.
AI also interests him? Simulations and things like that? I think I would like to take a closer look at the Institute.
You want to travel to SETI?
I got a few days off anyway, and a bit of traveling will do me good as well. The only thing I need to find out is where to get a cheap ticket.
As far as I know, the flights to Puerto Rico go from Terminal B at JFK Airport.
Yeah, that's quite possible.
What about your son in the meantime? Where is he? With his mother?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He's with his mom. There is something else. It's about your husband. I need to ask you a few more personal questions about your husband.
If it helps to find him.
Did he change recently, somehow?
He left the house a lot, and when he was here, he spent hours in front of the computer. But that's not unusual with Graham. With his job, I sometimes didn't get to see him for weeks, or he's up to his eyes in work all the time.
Did anything change in his private life? Did he have new friends all of a sudden? Or maybe new habits?
No, not really. Private life. We hardly had any. Graham hasn't got many friends, and he hasn't much time for us either, unfortunately.
How long have you two been together?
On October 17th, it'll be 12 years.
That's in a few days.
Yes.
You will celebrate this day together. Don't you worry.
Past few years, Graham couldn't remember the date anyway. He's not good in things like that.
12 years are a pretty long time. Are you two...
Happy? Well, we have a child together. I suppose we are happy, measured on what you can expect from life. We maybe had a couple of problems recently, but who hasn't, I'd like to know.
That's certainly true.
You know, it's not easy for me without a job, and I'm surely quite unfair sometimes.
Don't get me wrong, but could he have had an affair?
What could that have to do with his arrest?
I'm just looking for situations where he could possibly have become mixed up in something. Could it be that he did anything that might have gotten him in trouble with the law?
Like an affair, for example?
Who knows? Maybe with someone who's in politics. Maybe somebody filed a report against him. Maybe it's an act of revenge.
Graham was always faithful, I think. Can we drop this topic now?
Okay. Something else. There is something else. I have to go now. I'll contact you again as soon as I know more, okay?
Okay.
Hi, Brian. It's me again.
Hey Peter, how's it going?
And where's Mr. Greenberg?
At his appointment with the United Bank Trust in Beijing. Cool, hey? We can do what we want here for the rest of the week.
Okay, I have to keep working.
Yeah, me too. See you later then.
I would need the key. There you go. The key fits. If Mr. Greenberg ever finds out, I'm fired. I just have to make sure that he's not going to find out. I'll get him a new one, and nobody will ever know. This scanner would like to have my ticket. All right, let's start. Good morning, sir.
Hello. What can I do for you?
My name is Peter Wright. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you have a few minutes for me.
Yes, why not? I am Dr. Price. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Wright.
I would like to ask some questions about the SETI.
Okay, no problem. That's a good idea.
How is this institute financed, would you know?
Are you sure you're not from a government funding department or something?
Absolutely sure. I was just wondering, how do you maintain this kind of site? I mean, the equipment looks very expensive, and the SETI is probably not making huge profits, right?
Do you know that retrieving knowledge is much more important than retrieving money? And we are lucky that some big companies, which mainly belong to the government, are significantly supporting our project. 20 years ago, we got a new computer network and completely new hardware. Since then, we've kept up to date with the latest updates.
That is really generous. Which companies are we talking about?
Everybody who's anybody. Cubichem, Lunar 5 Consortium, United Bank Trust, Cargo Services, United Communications Services.
Wow. We're talking really only big business here. And what do these companies get in return for their support for the SETI program?
Do you begrudge us support for our work?
Oh no, not at all. I'm just asking myself, what kind of interest in your work here could these companies possibly have?
They are supporting us because they support the idea of free research.
If that's true, that would certainly be nice. But I believe that companies always have one main reason. Money. Or maybe a strategic advantage.
Maybe they're looking for an advertising effect by offering us their products for use. It's all the same to us. We just want to be able to do our work.
What does frequent updates mean?
That means that technicians come by every few months and check our system for one whole week. The whole parabolic unit is now being automatically programmed on search sectors. We only provide the programmers with the data sets, and they then integrate them into the global net console. The rest is automatic.
Uh-huh. That means you here at the Institute don't have to feed your system with any data or information yourself, right?
Right. All we do is filter the results. The system works according to our guidelines, but is otherwise completely autonomous. It's extremely practical and minimizes the error quota to almost zero.
Does that mean you don't even need to employ any technicians anymore?
No, no one. We are happy that we don't have to deal with the technology anymore, you know.
Is that the reason why the second floor is cordoned off today?
Yes, that's right. The programmers and technicians of communication services are now up there. They are now working on the system update for the week, and then we'll have trouble-free operations for the next few months.
What do you think? Could I watch for a little bit? I'm just curious how this works.
I'm sorry, but that's not possible. I had to turn away a man recently because of that. Our systems are extremely sensitive, and only specialists can enter the hardware rooms.
And you're not even allowed in yourself?
No, I don't know enough about the technology up there anymore. The progress is just too immense to be able to keep up. We're just interested in the results, and they are top.
Can I ask you something else? There's something else. What is this site used for?
What? How do you mean that exactly? Is that a kind of control question? Are you from the government funding department or something? We already had to let 5 people go just last year, and I'll personally chain myself to the entrance gate if you...
No, don't worry. I'm asking out of curiosity only. You know how tourists are.
Okay, you're a visitor? That's interesting.
Sure, of course. So,
What?
I asked you a question.
Oh, right. The SETI. You have to excuse me, but the computers are being checked up there, and I'm even more nervous than I normally am. So, where was I?
The SETI.
Yes. The SETI investigates space for possible existing signal transmissions of extraterrestrial intelligence and civilizations. We direct our radio telescope at specific sections of the sky and wait for signals to check them for regularities or patterns. And we drink coffee, a lot of coffee.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that. Maybe you want to cut down on that.
Oh, yes. You noticed, did you?
And did you find something already?
Oh, we find thousands of extremely promising signals every month. Many of them have such a complex structure that it takes us months to analyze them.
And did something ever come out of that?
We don't know about that.
What do you mean you don't know that?
Well, we can't be sure that the signals that we are getting are actually signals. Even the background radiation of the universe could contain a code that we only interpret as static, because we simply don't have the analysis methods to decipher it. But we don't just listen, you know. We also send a signal ourselves. It contains basic information on humankind in a logically constructed sequence.
But so far, nobody ever answered, right?
No. If we are lucky, we could expect an answer in a couple of 100,000 years.
Do you yourself believe in aliens?
Believe? You're asking me believe? What do you think?
Oh, that means no?
I don't just believe, my friend. I know that they are out there. They are already among us, swarming out every day and investigating our planet.
Is that right? That sounds as if I've heard that somewhere already. How do you come up with these things?
I have seen one of the UFOs myself. At night, in front of my neighbor's window. Unfortunately...
You didn't have a camera handy?
Exactly. How did you know that?
Intuition.
Do you know that the UFO actually radiated a red light too? An intensive red light. I don't think it would have worked out to take a photo anyway. And, shall I tell you something? My neighbor disappeared after that UFO incident. Just disappeared. I guess they took him with them to do research on his anatomy.
And to cross him with our vegetables.
You can never cross that out completely.
Can I ask you something else? I'm gonna look around some more. Thank you for now, Doctor.
No problem.
Dr. Price, it's me again.
What can I do for you?
I would like to ask a question about a visitor you had here. He must have been here a few days ago. A certain Graham Oswald. He's a journalist.
Oswald? Never heard of him.
I have his picture. Here. It was taken here at the SETI, right in front of your parabolic dish. Can you see?
Oh, yes! That man! I remember him. But he wasn't called Oswald. He said his name was Drake.
You still know this?
Of course. It's exactly the same name as our Drake from SETI, you know. An important researcher from the last millennium. I asked the man if he was related to him.
But he wasn't, of course. He gave you a fake name. His name is definitely Oswald. What did he want here, do you know?
Well, you'll laugh. He wanted to go up to the computer room, too. But I didn't let him, of course, since we had the technicians up there. He was very disappointed. I offered to give him a tour of the site so that he didn't come here for nothing.
And? Did he accept your offer?
Well, it was rather strange. We stood at the parabolic dish and I told him about the technical details and suddenly he was no longer standing next to me.
And where did he go then? Did you find each other later?
No, he was gone. Disappeared. I don't even know how long I'd been talking to myself for.
What else did you notice about him?
He looked somewhat alarmed.
Alarmed? What do you mean?
Frantic, nervous, pale, as if he'd heard or seen something terrible.
But you can't imagine what that could have been by any chance.
No, I'm sorry. He was rather confused. And then he forgot his bag.
What was that? He forgot his bag. Where is it?
In the souvenir shop. Paul's got it.
I'm a friend of the family. I'll bring it back to his wife, okay?
A friend?
Yes, a friend. We're neighbors. You can ask his wife if you want. You want me to give you the messenger number?
Oh no, that'll be fine. Just go over, I'll tell Paul to expect you.
Can I ask you something else? I have a question for you personally.
For me? Oh, if you want.
What exactly is it you do here?
I work here, you know, earn my living and so on. Well, to be more precise, I don't actually work here to earn my living. That too, of course, but not just. Not even mainly, but secondarily, but that's not important. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I do. That means you're doing this here because you love it. How did you get that kind of job?
How you get such a job? Oh, that's actually quite simple. You just need straight A's in all mathematical and scientific subjects, an IQ of 130 or above, very few social contacts in a computer.
On most counts, I would be eligible, I think.
You mean top scientific qualifications?
Rather the part about the only few social contacts and computer.
Well, that's the first step.
It was a joke, okay?
Oh, I understand. That's amusing.
Never mind. Forget about it. Tell me, you didn't hear by any chance about the Alien Attack Club in New York, did you?
Of course. Those are the especially talented young men. They've carried out numerous hacker attacks on our telescope, as far as I know. Extremely professional and adept work. We only tracked them down with the help of the internal firewall.
That's very interesting. And didn't you report them to the authorities?
Me? But why? They are real fans of our work. Amazing. If I were 10 years younger, I'd...
Do illegal things together with them. Can I ask you something else? I'm gonna look around some more. Thank you for now, Doctor.
No problem.
Fascinating. Maybe it's a supernova. Well, here's some background information about the SETI. The Institute consists of this eavesdropping system, the exhibition building, and the observatory for kids. An express photo machine. From the 20s, I would guess. I can remember Patrick and me sometimes taking snapshots in these things. Very charming. Let's see. He really carried a bunch of weird stuff with him. Needle and thread and knife, and I think that's an old video cam. Where did I see this thread before? I was holding something in my hand that was made of it. This parabolic dish has to measure at least 1,200 feet in diameter. With this, you can hear every single word. A mysterious door. Behind it, there's probably the control room for the parabolic system. It says no entry,